So we're going to look at the squeegee handles, and we're going to start over here in the left hand corner, starting out with the Ettore Brass. Most of you guys probably have one of these or should have one of these in your arsenal just because it's a staple. The brass squeegee handle channel, it's just a classic. You know what I mean? So, as much as I love it and as much as it's part of our history, it's old. All of these are old, very, very old. You get the Ettore, another Ettore, and the problem with these Unger, Ettore, or even like this style of Sorbo, or this style of Moerman is this is it. This is all you get. There's no ergonomics to it. Very much so. You're going to be limited with this tool as far as ergonomics efficiency goes. Yes, it might feel good in the hand. It might be more ergonomic to as far as like comfort in your hand. They have improved things like that with like rubber handles, little upgrades like that. Even this comes with like a rubber piece, but they all fall off. You know what I mean? They're very one-dimensional. And then you step over into the realm of Sorbo handles. This is the older model of the Sorbo handle. This is what I call the high-rise edition, because Sorbo had put into the handle a plate for the guys to lock off. So when they're high up, they can just drop it in their bucket. It's not going to fall and hit someone in the head and cause death by squeegee handle. Like 40 stories up, like you just get whacked in the head with a handle. That would probably be the end of your story. And then we move into some of the newer models like this. It's obviously a more branded handle. I like it a lot. I think they look really nice. All the different colors. Obviously, they came out with the flags. I get them all. I don't have England here. It's out in the shed, and we got a lot of snow, and I wasn't trying to pull things out to get to the totes, so I let it be. Then you have the Sorbo. This is a collaboration with Companion Tools. This is called the Ledger, and you see the Sorbo handle right there. This is for getting down to ledges. Great tool, but all of these, this handle, you can go sideways. You can turn this to the side like so. Get into places that your standard one-dimensional tool can't go. So this was definitely an upgrade and an evolution. And obviously, companies like Unger and Ettore have made like zeroed out handles and the contour, spring-loaded handles that can move. And I've used them all in the past. And, they're good, but they're all one-trick ponies. You know what I mean? You don't really start getting into the evolution of window cleaning handles until you reached the Moerman Excellerator, the original. But even this original handle, it's limited. Can't go into negative. So then they stepped it up again. And we can not only go sideways, we can not only lock in and make it a fixed handle if need be, but you have your negative angles. And now we have the wide body edition. So this is kind of like full evolution of this handle and what it's able to do. And, you know, not only do these make it easier, you know, obviously to fan. You see a lot of videos, myself included in that, fanning on a pole. Not only does it make it really easy and simple, but obviously we can close out on deep ledges. You could do everything with it, right? So, you know, when you're looking at a tool, you're looking at, you know, squeegee handles that are just, they're one-dimensional. They're standard. These don't do anything. They can't go sideways. They can't, you're not going to be able to close out on deep ledges with them. Maybe the Ettore ledge might help you a little bit, but it's still limited. It's only got that angle, and that's it. Even with this, you're limited to really what you can do. I mean, you can go sideways with this, and you have your bend, the degree. But this takes it to a whole nother level. Obviously, if you've watched me work, you know I'm a huge fan when using a Moerman Excellerator to use the Moerman poles with the Moerman angle arms. And I can do anything. There's nothing I can't do with that setup. So, you know, you go from I can't do anything more than what I can do to I can go sideways to I can get you a closeout on a deep ledge and go sideways to I can give you everything. Literally everything. So, you know, when I really think about the evolution of window cleaning and handle, this is the pinnacle. This is the pinnacle of ergonomics and efficiency. One tool to do everything. You know, if you go into Lowe's, Home Depot, any of the big box stores, right? You walk down the power tool section, right? And you'll see drills. You'll see hand saws. You'll see sanders. You'll see so many different tools. All of them different brands, but, you know, all of them have raised the bar to the same spot. You know what I mean? Ryobi will have a tool that does something. DeWalt will have a tool that does the same thing. And at that point, you're kind of just focused in on brand. What's my favorite brand? How many tools of DeWalt or Ryobi do I have? And I want to keep everything, you know, in sync. I'm going to stay with one brand. In window cleaning, Moerman has kind of pulled out ahead of everybody else. Nobody else's handle can do what this can do. So now what you're seeing is you're seeing Ettore, you're seeing different channels being put into this handle, because obviously it's undeniable. If Ettore had it going on, then they'd have their Ettore Brass in this, but they don't. They have their Ettore Brass in this, and it's because this is superior. And obviously I would argue the fact that, you know, in order to put your Ettore Brass in this channel, if you've seen these guys, they're putting tape, files. I mean, it's you don't need to do that. The Moerman Liquidator does a better job than the Ettore. I mean, you get detail-free results. It's a better squeegee channel. But a lot of guys obviously have trouble using it, and they're not as skillful with it, so they can't, or they would. You know, it's like someone who's like poor. They'll be like, I don't want a Mercedes-Benz anyway. I love my Toyota. You know what I mean? Dude, if you had the money, you'd be rocking a Benzie, because obviously it's a more high-profile car. It's a status symbol. It's better quality. Obviously, you'd be doing it. So, you know, that genuinely, when I look at that, I'm like, all right, they're not as proficient with this tool, so therefore they need to put something else in the squeegee handle. You know what I mean? And that's what I kind of just chop it up to, and that's okay. You know, but what I really want to start focusing on, you know, if you look up at my setup here, I have some of the most efficient inventions and innovations in window cleaning for traditional window cleaners. We get the Sorbo quadrupod, we get the Sorbo lathe cart, we get the Sorbo multi-tool where you can squeegee 3 windows at once. We have multiple flippers, we got soaps, we got the Sorbo rubber docket, we got the Moerman spray ray, which is the first of its kind. You know, just innovations that have impacted and not yet had a full impact on window cleaning, because some of these are very rare. You know, you rarely see someone using the Sorbo quadrupod or the lathe cart or the spray ray. These are things that are very rare. You rarely see someone using the multi-tool. You know what I mean? So I've almost never seen anybody using a Sorbo rubber docket unless, you know, it for demonstration purposes from the distributors. So, you know, outside of these things are really beneficial for window cleaners. You know, not having to carry a bucket and you know, with this setup, you don't even need a tool belt really. You know, being able to carry all that water, go over curbs, roll over landscape, completely changed my window cleaning career. You know, I was at a point in my life where my body was so beat up after a decade I could barely lift my arm. I didn't know if I was going to be able to clean windows anymore, and these 2 products completely brought me back to life last year. So completely took all the pain away in my body, and you know, enabled me to continue window cleaning. So I am completely and totally indebted to Sorbo and his inventions, because they really saved my life and my career. But you know, I just wanted to give a brief overview. I'm gonna start going deeper and deeper into like the history of window cleaning and start putting some cool videos together and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show you guys, you know, the gap between, you know, 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional, and everything. You know what I mean? It's just, it's on another level, and that really can't be disputed. You know what I mean? Just turn on any of your social media apps and type in window cleaning, and the majority of stuff you're gonna see is this. Even guys who put this down are now making videos about it, because this is what's trending, this is what's popping, this is where it's at. So even the guys who have shit on it are now you know, realizing, hey, I need to show them what's ergonomic. I need to show them what works best, because you know, these types of handles are gonna make you work harder. It really is. It's gonna make you move and just really wear out your muscle joints and your shoulder joints more than something like this will. Even with the pivot, right? Being able to do this and pivot to the side, I can reach up higher on a window just from it pivoting, compared to something like this. So, you know, it's just superior. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm hoping that we start seeing more innovations like this, and people stop trying to just make a better version of these, because that's really what the industry needs. And I think if they continue to ignore that, and they continue to try to just keep trying to push what's already been on the market, I think you're going to see a bigger gap between these tools here and everybody else in the industry. And I think there's no way around that. So, all right guys, until next time, I will see you on the glass later.